This is going to be a true life story, flashback from the past when I was very young, being homeless in my car. It was a big car, so I had a big back seat, and I was too proud to ask my friends if I could stay the night or my situation because I was homeless at the time because my ex boyfriend went to jail. So where I lived, there was really no safe places to park and ensure that I was safe. So I would come to my parents' area where they lived and I would park around the corner. I would put like the windshield cover on. I had tinted windows. I would make my bed in the back seat with pillows and blankets, and Um, I would roll my hair in curlers, so my hair was nice and pretty in the morning, and I was comfortable sleeping there, so it was no problem. But at the time, my mom was using tough love on me, which I believe in tough love to a point, but it was not fun when I was so hungry and I'd come over and it would be like, what? What do you want? Just for a sandwich, it was this big whole ordeal to get a bologna sandwich. So to stay clean, I would go to, restaurants, bathrooms, whatever, and clean up real nice, real good in there, bird bath, everything, or join us. You could join a spot. Oh, sorry guys, I've been sick. A fitness, and then you can go shower anytime you want. So after living in my car for a while, nobody knew the situation. I didn't want to say nothing. Uh, you know, in the daytimes and night times, I hung out with my homies. Um, I'd go to the park, Roosevelt Park, and watch the guys play handball, chop it up with all the homies. And at nighttime again, I would drive out the city and come to a safe place to stay. After a while, my boyfriend at the time sent his brother from Los Angeles down to pick me up and meet me, and we drove to Los Angeles. So, um, started staying. I lived in LA for about a year. Mind you, I was on parole at this time. I was very young, and I worked in a restaurant. I worked in their restaurant that they owned, and on weekends also they had a lunch truck, which I worked in. But I was getting tired of always like working. I wasn't getting paid. It was just basically, how Mexicans families are. You do the work. I had to iron and wash all the boys' clothes because he had all brothers, but one sister, but she didn't live there. So I had to do all the boys' stuff. And then finally, I wanted to go to Compton, off of Inglewood, somewhere. I worked at a King's supermarket for a while so I could generate my own money to buy my own clothes. Not that his parents didn't buy me clothes, I just needed more, so they let me work. But then, on weekends, I'd work in the El Rico Tacos up East First Street, which is gone now. I worked in the restaurant, cooked, cleaning, preparing, um, everything, delivering food to the liquor store owners across the street. Sundays we made menudo. So Sundays was a big day, prepping, um, stripping the tripe. Sorry guys, I'm still sick and I'm still recovering. And so I had to stay. I stayed in Los Angeles maybe a little over more than a year. I met some people from White Fence. I met a girl in particular. She was hella cool. Um, I'd get bored when I had days off, and I'd drive around, or I'd ride motorcycles with. Actually, it's my oldest son's uncles now because I was pregnant. That's another. Yeah. And we'd ride motorcycles through the canals and go to the heights and all that. Um, I would drive to Burbank to chill and kick it at parks because I was so bored. And I wasn't supposed to leave the house without the brothers with me. So I'd have to hang out and do things with the brothers all the time. And, but the most fun I had was with his, not youngest brother, but the other one was Jose, because it was just, we had so much fun riding the motorcycle around and all that. Oh, and I got pulled over too, and I gave a wrong name. So I have a warrant. I had a warrant for a traffic ticket in Los Angeles for decades now. Anyway, baby daddy gets out of jail. We come back to the Bay Area. Um, I was on parole. I decided that it would be best if I turned myself in. So I went to my parole officer after a year and told her, here I am. I have scandaled parole and I'm here to turn myself in. And she was so shocked that I came to turn myself in that she said, okay, just go down to the county jail whenever, tonight or tomorrow, and turn yourself in. I said, oh, shit, you're not going to take me from here? She goes, no, I trust you. And then she gave me some bad news about my homeboys that was murdered, etc., etc. So I turned myself into jail, and I had to wait outside at nighttime in the cold to get booked in. I finally got booked in. I had to wait for a parole hearing for about 2 weeks. Um, I was pregnant at this time, and I had no idea. So after about 2.5 weeks, I went up to the parole board, and they released me. They said that, with my record, they were really shocked that I turned myself in. They were glad I turned myself in and I was honest. So they released me. I got out of jail. And I remember a little getting out of jail. My ex met me, and I hadn't had my period, and I was young. So off the wall, we go to Planned Parenthood, and I take the pregnancy test, and I was pregnant. First pregnancy. Anyways, that's another story. God bless you all, and have a great day.